Not if we stop her. What was that?
Luka looked up from the map.
Uh-oh. What was that? What was what? No, I heard it too. That was the front door. Which means someone just shut the door. Which means someone's upstairs. Shh, quiet. Hit the lights.
Beck flicked off the light, and they became statues in the dark.
At least hide under something.
Overhead, creaking floorboards bent under slow, deliberate steps.
Oh god.
The kids looked up, the tilt of their necks following each footfall. Then suddenly, it stopped. Without realizing, they'd been holding their breath. All three exhaled shakily and glanced at each other. A muffled male voice broke the silence.
Who the hell is this? Oh, that's the squirrel in it. Hello?
The final few footsteps reached the entrance above them, and the voice now echoed down the stairs.
Anyone down there?
Three kids shuffled to the corners without a peep. As he began to descend the stairs, the man's voice punctuated every new step. Thump.
You.
Thump.
Thump. I'm not here to hurt anyone.
Thump.
I'm just here to help. Just...
Thump. At the bottom step, the man paused, squinting to search the room for signs of life.
Huh. Guess it's nothing.
Rollo shifted suddenly. Luka gave him an intense, chastising look and whispered through clenched teeth.
Rollo, don't.
It was too late. Rollo was already inching toward the stairway. He screeched as he charged toward the shadowy figure.
Flaming chicken coop!
With all his weight, Rollo tackled the man to the ground.
Rollo? Mysterious creepy man? Anyone there?
From the dark corner, they saw something move.
Ooh. Oh. I didn't know if I had it in me. But there was only one way to find out. I could tell what that pose is. It's where he's smiling and he's like holding his overall straps. Holy crap, Rollo, that was awesome. Wait, did you just kill that person?
Luka scrambled to the hunched figure on the ground. Pressing his fingers to the man's neck, he sighed with relief.
No, he's still breathing. He's just knocked out. You sure clobbered him good, Rollo. He's knocked out cold.
As Beck flicked back on the light, Luka and Rollo both gasped in stereo.
Mr. Tolliver. Ooh.
Chapter 7.
That is someone we had to deliver gem to, so that's, you know.
The interrogation of Hiram Tolliver.
Oh my god, that's what we're doing? Gonna break his kneecaps.
Still unconscious, Mr. Tolliver slumped heavily in a shoddy old chair. His hands were bound with rope, his feet tied with some loose string. The kids huddled in a circle, discussing their plan. One thing was certain, they couldn't just let Mr. Tolliver go.
He knew too much.
They needed to know what he was doing in Luka's house.
Yeah, that's true.
After some deliberation, it was decided.
They'd run the classic good cop, bad cop interrogation. Wait, no, it's good cop, chill cop. Wait, that's literally two kind of good cops, is it not? Alright, let's just do chill.
They'd run the classic good cop, chill cop interrogation.
I'll handle this. Just gotta play it cool.
Luka walked calmly to the light switch, flicking it off and on a few times.
And giving him a seizure in the process.
Mr. Tolliver shook his head, gathering his wits.
Golly, I should have got my bell
He
rung.
looked over to find Luka, who returned a calming grin.
How do you do? Sorry, Mr. Tolliver. This is all a big mistake. Luka, what's going on here? Why do you have me strapped down? No one's fault, really. Rollo just got a little startled. Rollo's here?
Rollo and Beck emerged from hiding to give a timid wave.
Yoo-hoo! Well, alright. Mistakes happen. You kids gave old Hiram a good scare. Let's just get me out of these ropes and call it even.
Luka glanced over to Rollo and Beck, who replied with skeptical looks.
Mr. Tolliver, why are you in my grand's basement? I'm here to help, Goss. Help with what? What's my gran up to? If you'll just cut me loose, I can show you. How do I know we can trust you?
Mr. Tolliver exhaled with disappointment.
Luka, have I ever done wrong by you? No. Yeah, but you can't trust adults. One of them flushed me down a telephone box. And since your gran moved to town, haven't I been nothing but welcoming? Yeah. So why would I turn my back on your family now? It's just, all this stuff seems pretty weird. A board with names of people from town, an archive of my dad's old disturbing patient
Luka
notes,
gestured to the corner.
barrels of explosives. I can explain everything. You just need to untie me. You kids deserve an explanation.
Luka looked again to Rollo and Beck. This time they shrugged. Luka began to slowly loosen the bindings.
Big mistake, idiot.
Mr. Tolliver gently rubbed his wrists.
That's a good lad. This'll all make sense in time.
He edged imperceptibly toward the stairs as he spoke.
You see, this town has secrets, Luka. A very dark past
Before
indeed.
the kids had even noticed his movement, Mr. Tolliver was at the light switch.
Oh. The peasant must be brought
He
to...
punctuated his final words by flicking the switch and rushing up the stairs.
light. He got away! Son of a...
Darted to the wall and turned back on the lights. It was too late. Rollo confirmed what they all heard.
He just locked us down here.
Mr. Tolliver's muffled voice came from behind the door.
I wasn't lying, you know. This is for your own good. You kids just keep tight down there, and let the adults handle
They
this.
looked bewildered at each other.
Play it cool, huh? Not now, Beck. The end. Well,
They
shoot.
heard the staccato thump of quick steps exiting the house. The kids looked down in resignation. This isn't how it goes in Hank Atomic. For some reason, they'd always assumed it was up to them to save their town. Luka opened his mouth, hoping to conjure some magical words to make this right. Only a hollow croak escaped. The end.
No!
Well, we certainly aren't going to find a grand resolution to our tale locked in a basement. Back to the drawing board.
Aye. Have I done everything else so far? Yeah, I have. Cool. Alright, we're gonna play it as a hard cop. Hard cop.
They'd run the classic good cop, hard cop interrogation.
So am I gonna break his kneecaps?
Rollo brandished a steely gaze. I've got this. Read about it 100 times.
From Hank Atomic.
Rollo swaggered past the chair which propped up the slumping Hiram Tolliver. Without even looking at his captive, he began with a long, blustery drawl.
Well, Mr. Tolliver.
Mr. Tolliver remained motionless.
He's still knocked out.
Rollo spun around to face him. He'd clearly expected to rouse Mr. Tolliver with his booming voice.
Mr. Tolliver.
Beck and Luka gave each other an unsure glance. Rollo slammed his fist on the table.
I said, Mr.
He
Tolliver.
grabbed the table lamp and beamed it onto the unconscious face.
Oh, there we go.
Mr. Tolliver groaned and slowly lifted his head. He recoiled with a muddled, weary squint.
What in the
The
world?
chair wobbled as he attempted to straighten up.
Who? Who's there?
Mr. Tolliver could only
I
make
can't
out
see
rough
us.
shapes through the glaring light.
There we go, leave it on him.
With a gruff tone, Rollo hoped to both conceal his voice and intimidate.
I'll be asking the questions here, punk. No, hold on, let's just calm down. No, I am calm. Calm as a carrot in dirt. As for you, looks like you're
The
sweating.
full expression on Beck and Luka's faces transformed into awe.
We could do this my way, or... Let's just say I've never needed another way.
Rollo, hitting his stride, was now channeling every detective trope his memory could recall. He slammed the table again.
Now dance! What? I don't even...
Tolliver's voice became desperate. He was nearly in tears.
You've tied me down. How on earth could I dance? Dance with your mouth, punk. Spill the beans. What are you doing poking around this house? I'm here to help Juniper. To make sure everything's ready. Now so you're in cahoots with Gren. Gren?
Mr. Tolliver was in a daze, now more confused than ever.
Gonna help her blow up the festival, eh? Blow up the festival? Good
He shook
lord.
his head, feeling more and more dizzy.
No, you got it all wrong. Where is she now? She's headed to the sauce. The sauce? What's the sauce? It's
His
where
voice faded to a whisper.
the town began. Where it all began. What is Operation
With
Sparkplug?
that, Mr. Tolliver passed out cold.
Oh dear. Well, we got some information out of him at least.
Rollo swung around with a repentant grimace.
Damn, Rollo. I think you went a little too hard on him. What did he say about the sauce? It's where the town began. We need more information. Yeah, but we better not push Mr. Tolliver any farther. Is there anyone else who might know more? What about the History Museum? It just got set up for the festival. Nah, that tent was put up by the Valentines. Everything they do is just a bunch of fluff to glorify themselves. Is there anything more reliable? The library. If there's any information about this sauce thing, Kato can help us find it. Let's go get some answers. Ah. Alright. Hooray! This is a dang nice library. Thanks, we work hard on it. Aren't you a little too adorable to be a librarian? Aww. Kato hung out here so much eventually they gave him a set of keys. I just keep an eye on the place. For Miss Novak sometimes. They get you working for free. It's great and I get access to all the books I can read. What more could a person want? Money? Fair enough. What can I do for you all? We need a favour. I already told you, Rollo. I can't put you any higher on the wait list for the next Hank Atomic. And if you're here with more candy, I'll have you know I can't be bought. Call it a personal code of conscience. Actually, we're looking to do some research. Now you're speaking my language. What are you looking for? That's the thing, we sort of don't know. What do you got on the history of the town? There's the country record archives. What's in those? Births, deaths, newspaper clippings, stuff like that. Pretty boring reading. But they do go all the way back to when the town was founded. Great, we'll start there. Ah.
Chapter 8.
Ooh.
6 feet under, 3 towns over.
That's ominous.
The kids spent the rest
Chapter
of the
title.
afternoon combing through dusty piles of old county records, desperately searching for anything that could help them make sense of Mr. Tolliver's cryptic utterance. Luka tried to shake the thought of Gran's basement, but his focus wavered. Explosives, messages hidden in jam, dossiers on various town figures, and a corkboard threaded with photos. Gran was the only family he had left. He still couldn't bring himself to believe the worst. But the old map with the symbol of explosives in town square made that difficult.
Yeah, it's pretty damning stuff, really.
As the sun began to set, the kids were no closer to the truth.
If I have to read any more records, my eyeballs are gonna pop. We have to keep digging. We need to go deeper. If I dig another word, I'm gonna end up in one of these asinine death records. Rollo Cotter lived a full and wonderful life, till he read so much boring crud that his brain oozed out of his ears.
Shut his book with an assertive nod.
If you've got a better idea, spit it out. You sound like my sister. Keep pushing your luck, pal. And it won't be boring county records that'll kill you. I'll put you in the obituaries myself.
Rollo muttered under his breath.
You're a county record. Really? That's the best you got? When I'm done with you, you'll be the footnote in history. Just like...
Slammed her finger down on the open page before glancing down to read.
J. Hartford here. I'd love to see you try. Hey. We're all a little tired here. Let's just take a minute and...
Something tickled the back of Luka's mind.
Wait, what was that name back? In the obit. J. Hartford. From the Brookville Tribune 8 years ago. That can't be right. What is it? J. Hartford. That's my grand's name. Juniper Hartford. Maybe there were two J. Hartfords. Mrs. Hartford is survived by her young daughter, E. Hartford. My mum's name is Eleanor. Okay, this is getting creepy. If your gran is 6 feet under 3 times over, then who am I living with? It isn't his gran.
Question hung in the air.
I called it. I just found it to be a little suspicious. Alright, gang. I gotta close up for the night. It's bright outside. Like daylight.
Beck rubbed her eyes.
How late is it? Almost 10 a.m. Ah, crap. Pa's gonna kill me. I gotta go. Yeah, my parents will be worried sick. Okay, let's meet up as early as we can at the festival tomorrow. What are you gonna do about the unconscious man in your basement? I'll think of something.
Luca's
So, yeah.
heart was pounding as he approached the house.
Juniper's not his grandmother.
If he was lucky, Gran, or whoever it was, hadn't gotten back yet.
To be fair, the one thing with Gren that I found kind of strange was I was like, she doesn't look like us. Like she lacks the horns, or whatever they are. Antlers, I guess.
And of course, there was Mr. Tolliver tied up and unconscious in the basement.
But I never really thought much of it. Or I never dwelled on the fact that she didn't look super like us.
Dealing with him would be the first order of business. Luka shook out his arms to calm his nerves before entering.
We're home. Oh.
He held perfectly still, tempering his breath, and listened closely. She was asleep.
I thought she was going to whisper something in her sleep.
His only hope was that she hadn't found Mr. Tolliver before dozing off.
Check on Mrs. Tolliver in the basement. Be careful. I would assume that she has no idea. He's gone! Oh no.
Mr. Tolliver was nowhere to be seen.
Well, maybe he woke up, escaped from his bindings, and left without a dress.
Maybe Gran knew everything.
What do I do?
Luca's hungry stomach groaned. Not realizing it, he'd gone the entire day without eating.
Oof. Okay, I can figure this out. Just need a little brain food.
Luka rushed over to the pile of jam jars, unscrewed one, and shoveled a handful into his mouth.
I'm afraid your jam delivery will be delayed.
Flipped the lid to read the label.
Mr. Nuncreed. Okay, now I can think. So if Gran knows we tied up Mr. Tolliver, I'm screwed. If she doesn't know, then I need to play it cool. I guess the only option is to go to bed and act as if nothing is wrong. Gran will think Mr. Tolliver finished what he was sent to do and left when he was done. Go to sleep. I get the feeling I'm going to walk out and she's going to be there. No, maybe not. Move it back. Or don't. Then again, we could always play the point of, like, maybe he knew how to move it. He is an adult, so he'd be tall enough. Uh-oh. Gran? Okay, stick to the plan. Go to bed, play it cool. Oh, God.
As Luka climbed the final stair, the emotion of the day dragged heavily on him. With each consecutive
She's gonna walk out of that
his
closet.
legs weakened. His stride began to falter.
Mr. Nuncreed's gem.
He tried to grab for the railing to steady himself. Something was wrong.
She drugs his gem? Come on, legs. Just a few more steps.
Luka groaned and tried to move.
That just looked so goofy.
His limbs might as well have been bolted to the ground.
Yeah, she must do something with Nuncreed's gem.
Through numb lips, he mumbled just before falling asleep.
Is it her? I mean, I managed to make it to sleep. Sweet boy. What did you get yourself into? Oh, God. Rest now and let me handle everything. I don't really have a choice. You drugged me, you bitch. The end.
Chapter 9.
Ooh.
A speech to end all speeches. Luka awoke to find himself face down in bed. He moaned into his pillow. Why would Gran drug him?
Well, she didn't. he ate Mr. Nuncreed's gem, which she drugs, I think.
Or rather, why was she trying to drug Mr. Nuncreed?
I mean, yeah, that's a pretty good question, to be fair.
Questions from his woozy head, Luka snapped back to the matter at hand.
The festival. Whee! Let me handle everything, eh? Ooh, I found it weird that this is now open. Just stays open. How strange. Yeah, very weird. Alright. To the festival! I'm curious how the hell this is gonna... Well, like, what's gonna happen? Oh? He's still wearing that hat. Where have you been? Gran put something in the jam. Yeah, we know. Secret messages for secret conspirators. Not this one. The one intended for Mr. Nuncreed. Put me to sleep. Whoa, ho, ho! Sly devil. I think she's trying to remove him from the equation. He might be in danger. Have you found anything? We looked around but haven't seen anything odd. Your Gran is nowhere to be found. But Mr. Nuncreed is just loafing around waiting for the speech. What speech? Mayor Gus just got up to the podium. Everyone is gathering at the stage. Let's get moving. Oh my, there's a lot of people here.
Augustus Valentine nervously wiped his brow.
Is this thing... Oh, the feedback. Is this thing on? Hello, Beacon Pines. I'm Augustus Valentine, your mayor, and... I suppose you already know that. Oh yeah. Before we get started, I just wanted to take a moment to recognize someone who couldn't be here today. This town wouldn't be where it is today without my father, Sharper Valentine. So I thought we could begin with a round of applause befitting such a great man. Even that's more than the old codger deserved.
Gus cleared his throat and awkwardly loosened his tie.
Right, where was I?
William Kerr bounded on the stage with the energy of a preacher at a big tent revival.
Gus Valentine, everyone.
He gave Gus a hearty slap on the back and motioned him off the stage.
Let's hear it for our mayor. What a great turnout. Oh heck, I didn't prepare anything. But I suppose I could say a few words. Would be ashamed to waste such a beautiful podium.
Mr. Kerr pulled a thick stack of note cards out from his vest.
Oh god. Community, conviction, commitment. These are the things we celebrate at Perennial Harvest. For us, these are the pillars of the bridge to a better tomorrow. But I think it's time to add a new pillar. Change. Change is a powerful thing. It's inexorable, unavoidable, and undeniable. And I am dadgum thankful for it. Change is the reason we're all here today. Or all together today. It's hard for me to believe that it was only 4 years ago when fate brought me here. A simple business trip which brought me to a small town which would change my life forever.
Mr. Kerr took a moment to survey the crowd.
You know what?
He wiped away a single tear.
From the second I've set foot in Beacon Pines, something about this place has held me captive. You see, change represents opportunity. It represents potential. It was change that helped me recognize the potential of this place. To see that the people of this town, despite suffering great loss, still held on to the things that made them special.
He thumped the podium to emphasize each word.
Community, conviction, commitment, change.
Mr. Kerr nodded confidently, biting his lip. The crowd was silent, in rapt attention.
Fate made a perfect match that day. Nothing is more important to you all than community. And Perennial Harvest is a community first and foremost.
Mr. Kerr methodically made eye contact with each section of the crowd.
The only way you made it through the foul harvest was an unshakable conviction. A conviction that a better tomorrow was just over the horizon. Perennial Harvest was founded on that conviction that we are that horizon. This festival is a symbol of our commitment to each other.
His voice began to build to a crescendo.
We now walk hand in hand into a future we will shape together. And that is what change is all about. Grabbing the future by the scruff of the neck and making things happen. Change is a choice. I am tickled pink that we will all be making that choice together. How great is that? Just imagine what we can accomplish. That was a bomb. Who are those bunnies over there? What was that?
The crowd began to look around nervously.
Don't worry, a little thunder isn't going to ruin this day. Everyone remain calm.
Mr. Kerr quickly flicked through his note cards.
Where was I? Through all of my travels, I have learned one true thing. One always reaps what they sow. We have all planted a lot of good in this town, and so it is with a happy heart that I can proclaim...
He raised his hands up to the heavens.
Oh, our harvest awaits. Oh. That's what the bomb does.
At that moment, a merciless wall of impossibly cold air ripped through the crowd, instantly freezing everyone and everything it touched.
Yes, if the energy is not perfectly matched up, then it causes it to... I can't remember what they called it. But that's what's causing the Ice Age.
For a man like William Kerr, this was a fitting way for things to end.
True.
On a stage, with an entire town frozen in rapt attention for the rest of time.
The end.
The end.
Huh.
There's that ice again! Whenever I think we're getting close, it comes along and ruins everything!
Oh, it's always at the festival. The last time we got frozen was at the festival.
Maybe we should just quit? Maybe you should just close the book, walk away, and never think of me again. No, I don't mean that. We got a little closer this time. We just need to try again.
Mm-hmm.
Please.
Oh, I can change this to be sly. Oh. A beginner's guide to hostile interrogation. So if we play Sly Cop, how's this going to change things?
Good cop, sly cop interrogation.
Mm-hmm.
Luka and Rollo ducked behind a barrel, leaving Beck to her task.
Oh, of course. Yeah, I just realised hard cop is Rollo, cool cop or chill cop is Luka, sly cop's Beck. And I have a feeling he won't know who Beck is. So that might actually help us. So how's she gonna play
With a
it?
few crisp snaps, she roused Mr. Tolliver.
What? What's going on here? You're that Moodwill girl. Please, call me back. Sorry about all
Mr.
this.
Tolliver looked down and shifted a bit, testing his restraints.
It seems there's been a mix-up. You see, I'm down here for the same reason you are. Oh. Juniper sent you here?
Caught herself before letting the surprise manifest on her face. She'd already gotten him to reveal his relation to Gran. This was gonna be easy.
You know how Juniper is with her precautions. Operation Sparkplug has us all on edge. I guess she thought you needed some backup. But she sent a child? What better way to avoid prying eyes? Who would suspect a kid? I suppose that makes sense.
Mr. Tolliver wriggled a bit in his restraints.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Beck quickly removed the ropes.
That had to be uncomfortable. A little, yeah. But you understand. We never know who to trust in this
Mr.
town.
Tolliver rubbed the growing knot on his forehead.
Very true. So, it turns out we're both here
Beck
to...
twirled her hand, as if to prompt Mr. Tolliver to finish her thought.
destroy the
Beck
evidence.
shook her head and clicked her tongue.
Yep, the old gal is nothing if not thorough.
Mr. Tolliver let out an amused huff in agreement.
She sure is. Can't blame her though. If anyone were to find out that we're going to destroy the sauce, well, we both know how bad that might be. I want to know anything once I finish cleaning things up down here.
Beck was on a roll now, playing Mr. Tolliver like a fiddle.
Oh my god, she's great. You sure you can finish this up on your own? Juniper trusted me for a reason. You can leave the rest to me. Good. There's one more loose end I'll go work on. Loose end? It's nothing really. The other day I had the radio on scan while restocking the candy shelf. And wouldn't you know it, I intercepted an odd phrase in a perennial harvest transmission. Underground secrets. That's ominous. I think it might be a password, but Juniper dismissed it. Said it wasn't mission critical. What's the password for? We don't know. So we have a password and nowhere to put it. It's gotta mean something, right? Good thinking. Should probably go work that out. I've got this under control. That's a relief. Between you and me, this basement gives me the willies.
Heading for the stairs, Mr. Tolliver hesitated and turned to Beck with a puzzled look. She grinned and gave him a peppy wave. With a shrug, he continued up the stairs, whistling a jaunty tune.
I can't believe that worked. You guys catch that? Sure did. This whole time, Mr. Tolliver's had a candy shelf. But all he ever sells is his apples.
Beck blinked slowly.
Oh my god. The password, Rollo. Well, sure, but once things are back to normal, I'll be having a word with Mr. Tolliver about that candy shelf. Fine. In the meantime, I've got an idea.
She turned to the table and began tearing small scraps of paper.
Underground secrets. He said he heard a password on the radio. Any good spy transmission is never what it seems.
Beck marked each scrap of paper and leaned back.
Just need to find the hidden meaning. Okay. What's another word for underground? Buried, covered. Could it be a cover-up? Maybe it's one of those each letter is a number thingies. So U would be 21. N would be 14. D would be... Ooh. It's an anagram. Nun Creed's drugstore.
And Beck looked at Rollo with amazement.